Alrighty, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of Assumed News. I'm your host, the old and wise Kenny Koala, here to give you the gist of the latest headlines. Now, I may not have all the details since I like my beauty sleep, but I promise to share what I've gathered from those news folks down under. So, let's dive in. Elon Musk, the tech genius, has apparently found himself a high-tech bed gadget that he simply can't doze off without. This AI-powered device is making waves as Elon's new must-have item for catching some Z's. Now, we can't help but be curious, is this gadget filled with rocket science secrets or does it serenade him with soothing space lullabies? Whatever the case, it looks like even visionaries need a little help from technology to ensure a good night's sleep. Perhaps this AI bed buddy will be the next big thing in sleep innovation. In a modern-day twist on the gold rush, your data has become a valuable resource for training AI systems. Unbeknownst to many, personal information is being mined to refine and polish these artificial minds. This raises questions about privacy and ownership, as our digital footprints are transformed into nuggets of wisdom for machines. However, on the bright side, this data-driven gold rush could lead to breakthroughs in technology and innovation. So, who knew that our online activities were worth their weight in virtual gold? Here's a man who took a leisurely coastal walk and ended up with both his legs broken. Talk about a stroll turning into a tumble. One can only wonder what caused this unlucky fellow to suffer such a mishap. Was he distracted by the stunning ocean view or attempting to outrun a seagull? Regardless, his coastal ambitions have landed him in a tough spot. But fear not. Every cloud has a silver lining. Maybe he'll discover a newfound appreciation for crutches or wheelchairs during his recovery. Wishing him all the best. The U.S. election scene has taken an interesting turn, as presidential candidate Trump used a rather striking description, labeling someone as mentally disabled. Now, this isn't your typical campaign strategy, but it surely has grabbed attention. People are left bewildered, wondering if this is just a ploy to stir the pot or if there's some deeper meaning behind it. Regardless, the election atmosphere is getting tenser, and voters are on the edge of their seats, anxious to see what happens next in this roller coaster ride of politics. A wave of panic has swept through festival enthusiasts as a ticket company suddenly went bankrupt. Just as they were gearing up for their favorite music events, fans received this unsettling news. Questions arise. What will happen to the purchased tickets? And how can future festivals be attended now? Amidst the chaos, there's a glimmer of hope that alternative arrangements will be made, ensuring the show goes on for all the music lovers out there. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this unexpected twist in the world of festivals. It appears that Perry's recent show didn't quite hit the mark, all thanks to a wardrobe malfunction. Now, I'm just a koala who loves his eucalyptus leaves, but even I know that outfits play a big role in putting on a good performance. Poor Perry must have been disappointed when their grand plan fell flat due to this sartorial slip-up. But worry not, folks. A little fashion faux pas never hurt anyone, and I'm sure Perry will bounce back with a vengeance, dressed to impress and ready to dazzle us all. Oh boy! Here we have a puzzling situation with someone named Dark Charles who's made a curious claim about running out the clock. Now, I'm no timekeeper, but I can tell you that clocks don't just run on their own, they need some sort of power or motivation. Is Dark Charles suggesting he's got a magical clock that moves without batteries or winding? Or maybe he's found a secret shortcut to the end of time? Who knows? But let's give him the benefit of the doubt and wait to see if his clock-running antics lead to anything extraordinary. Overnight, a significant amount of rainfall, totaling a whopping 110 mm, has drenched a particular state. Now, that's one serious soaking. The local cops must have been quite surprised to wake up to such soggy conditions. This unexpected downpour might have caused some inconvenience, but it's also brought much-needed water for the plants and wildlife. Perhaps this deluge is nature's way of giving the state a refreshing bath. Either way, residents should grab their rain boots and umbrellas as they navigate through this waterlogged landscape. In a twist that's as unexpected as a koala riding a bicycle, it seems some bikie gangs have found their way into surprising areas of our community. Now, I'm not one to judge a book by its cover, but these leather-clad fellas standing next to flower gardens is a sight to behold. I mean, who knew they had a soft spot for roses and daisies? Perhaps they're starting a new trend, gangs with green thumbs. Anyway, let's keep an open mind and see how this unusual blend of motorbikes and manicured lawns plays out. It might just bring a unique flavor to these neighborhoods. Well, wouldn't you know it? That TV couple who openly shared their love life with the world has decided to call it quits. After baring their souls and intimate details, they've suddenly realized they're better off apart. Quite an ironic twist, huh? They were so keen on letting us in on their romance, but I guess some things are just not meant to last. Nevertheless, life goes on, and who knows? This turn of events might even make for a fascinating new chapter in their lives. Sydney Harbor has been buzzing with wild and extraordinary scenes that have left onlookers amazed. The iconic harbor, usually known for its tranquil beauty, has transformed into a spectacle of excitement and unpredictability. While details remain vague, one can only imagine the thrilling events unfolding, perhaps a group of daredevils performing daring stunts on jet skis or a surprise appearance of exotic marine life. Whatever the reason, these wild scenes have certainly added a new layer of intrigue to the famous Sydney landmark. Keep your eyes peeled for more updates on this fascinating development. An Australian has found themselves hospitalized due to an unusual incident involving their love life. Now, this isn't your average love story gone wrong, it's a wild one. While details are scarce, we can only imagine the thrilling escapades that led to such an injury. Perhaps they were trying to impress their partner with daredevil stunts, or got caught up in a passionate embrace that went a bit too far. Regardless, let's hope our adventurous Aussie makes a speedy recovery and learns a lesson about taming the wild side of romance. For those eager to catch up on sports, we've got the fantastic Susie Tacobel with all the assumed sports news. Over to you, Susie.
So, the tournament took place at the picturesque Sydney Harbor, a location famous for its rich marine life. Jack Mackerel, with his decades of experience, was the favorite to win. However, Emma Barramundi, who has been making waves in the fishing scene with her innovative techniques, was determined to give him a run for his money. The competition was fierce as they both tried to land the biggest catch. After an intense battle, Jack managed to reel in a massive tuna weighing in at an impressive 100 kilograms. But Emma wasn't far behind, catching a gigantic marlin that tipped the scales at 95 kilograms.
And now, let's see what kind of weather we can expect with our very own Wendy Windy. Wendy, what's the scoop?
こんばんは、リビア、トリポリからは晴れが多く、最高気温は28度、最低気温は20度です。ベンガジに移ると、晴れは時々あり、気温は最高気温28度、最低気温23度です。ミスラタでは、晴れの天気が予想されますが、最高気温は27度、最低気温は21度です。バイダでも晴れがあり、最高気温は23度、最低気温は17度です。ザウィアでは、ほとんど晴れており、気温は最高で29度、最低気温は19度です。最後に、ズリテンはほぼ晴れ、最高気温は28度、最低気温は21度です。